Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do the recap of how I made around 5.5k on my accounts this week, and kind of all the trades that I took, what I was looking for, and what made sense. I'm not gonna be gatekeeping this video, so be sure to watch the whole thing. I think I'm just gonna expose kind of everything in this video. Why not? Fuck it. And yeah, let's get into it. So as you guys know, we start out the day over here on Sunday, whatever, Friday. That was where the week started. Again, I have all my indicators, my markers all up, which is great. And obviously I don't have my order flow on the screen. I think I'm not going to really show that. But yeah, let's get into the trades that I was looking for on that day, right? So basically, oh, what is going on? Let's see here. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so essentially what happened was we opened up again. I don't see any trades. We're kind of stuck in this range. Really don't see anything. We wigged down, have our VWAP anchored over here, right? Simple stuff. Okay. What happened was we see price coming in from this kind of 2-3 band, and we see some absorption on the footprint chart. Again, go watch my videos on absorption and what I look for in absorption, how to take trades off that. But I missed this. This was happening way too quick. I missed this trade, but it was a stop loss right below the low, really small. Really tight stop loss, and then you could target Asian high. That was around a 6R that I missed. What I did catch was the retrace back into VWAP. So after we took out that high, we retraced all the way back down into VWAP. I waited for a candle confirmation right here, and I stop loss below the low of around 3 cons. So it was a little bit more actually, yeah, 3 cons, and very simple. I just went for like a 1, 2, 3, barely hit actually, which is kind of crazy. And that was it. That was it for the day. You could see a New York session. There really wasn't any trades. Yeah, you could maybe have a scalp off VWAP, a couple stuff here. It didn't really see anything though, if I'm being completely honest. Now, coming into Monday, this was the best trade that I ended up taking. I really fucking like this trade. Basically, it was really simple. It was just a tap into this high over here. Literally just a tap of this high over here, like this. These highs, you could say liquidity sweep or whatever, but yeah, just an order book interaction. And oh, I think I deleted the VWAP for the week. Let me put it right back over here. Is it right here? Boom, like this. Oh, there we go, like this. Oh, never mind, it's not working. Boom, like that. Okay. And yeah, off this wick, basically you can see we had a really inefficient wick. All I did was I played the retest of, not the retest, this might seem kind of weird, but there's a reason why. If we go on to the 15-second, it's gonna mess up the charts. I don't want to go on to the 15-second, but basically if we take out our tool from here to here, it was basically just like a 50% of this wick over here. And after we took out that high, because I was really confident we should dump down, and yeah, that's really all it was. It was I think over, yeah, it was right here. I think I got like I got like the fill was really bad. I like market order, but the bid was like up here, so I got in like it was really shitty fill. I think it's 14.6. That's where I got in. And then yeah, stop loss is just above the high like this. I think we did 6 cons. I could have had a way to tighter stop, honestly. And then I was targeting this low down here for a 1 to 4. Now obviously, as you can see, this trade fucking ran. I'm so mad because this trade ran for fucking 16R. I'm not gonna lie, I would have been set for the whole fucking month with this one trade. But yeah, you know, I went for a 1 to 4 and I cut it off there. Now there's no other trades here to take off any of these levels, because these were previous lows from last week that didn't really, there really wasn't any imbalances or any levels that made sense. But yeah, you could have read this all the way down. Now you can see right here, this was the top of the weekly open. We retraced into it, and then we kept going lower. Didn't see any more trades until we get around here. Now, after we take out Asian low, not really take out, but we like, you know, we dump down for London. I do see some absorption on the footprint over here. So it was around 80 delta. And I basically market order bought here, stop loss like this, very textbook trade, and I was targeting back to the weekly high over here for a 1 to 6, and we barely fucking missed it. Actually, what happened was I trailed my stop loss in profit to like around 1 to 1. It was going so fucking well, bro. Like, this is such a good trade. And then yeah, we didn't hit TP. Basically, we got up to 4.4R, then you can see we retraced all the way down to the quarters level, and then we ended up getting fucking cooked on that, and then yeah, we just consolidated for the whole day. So I got break even on that, but took the W on that. Simple stuff. Okay, now coming into today, right, or coming into Tuesday, right, really didn't see anything. There's really no levels. I didn't like any of the structure. It didn't really make any sense. All this was kind of dog water. And yeah, I just didn't really like any of the structure. It didn't really make any sense. I didn't see any trades. The only trade actually, if I'm being honest though, was a retest off this level. Now the reason why was because this was an extreme area of supply and demand, and plus, I mean, this is really the only other area that we can hold, and unless we want to dump, right? I highly doubt we're gonna, retrace off some leg of this range and then end up dumping, but that was really it. So I didn't take this, but it was the only scalps to really take. But after that, I mean, yeah, there was a plentiful amount of opportunities to take shorts all the way down from here. I keep deleting VWAP, bro. It's literally such a bad habit. Let me put it back up here over again though. But you can see right here, VWAP tap, right? We're trading in this range. Again, we're in this VWAP band, right? In this cloud, right? And then algorithms were taking profit. We retrace up. Again, I didn't take any trades here. I was sleeping after, because there's really no trade stake. This is literally a no trade day. And yeah. Now coming into the 24th, now I didn't see any trades as well. I'm not gonna lie, this is great scalping conditions. But yeah, like maybe a scalp off 4,000. Yeah, I don't know. There's just really no other trades to take scalping wise. Yeah. But now coming into Thursday, or technically Friday now, this is where we had a really fucking unfortunate day. I really hate this for this to happen, because I was so right on the trade as well. But essentially, we were looking for retraces to go long, okay? And essentially, basically, we had these two levels, right? The reason we had these two levels marked out was because these were kind of like our extreme areas of supply demand, which, realistically, we should, hit off to then go higher, right? And I am not blindly entering limit orders off these, because I want to wait for a little bit more confirmation. And obviously, we were using our absorption as our confirmation, but it made no sense, because what happened was, if you think about this, right? Statistically, my whole rationale was we're not going to hit off 4,000, okay? For us to hit off 4,000 and then be low of day and then end up expanding higher, it really made no sense, if I'm being honest with you guys. So for that to happen, that just seemed like a statistical improbability. So obviously, I'm going to be taking trades above that, because I don't think we're going to hit here, because my whole rationale is like, okay, if we come over here, we're going to probably expand downwards still. Maybe a slight retrace to go lower, but we're probably going to go lower, right? I highly doubt this is going to be low of day. And obviously, we had 7:30 news as well, but it was just a crazy algorithmic, I guess, fucking move, because you can see we tapped the open, we reclaimed it, hit that 4,000, and that ended up being the low of day. And the issue is you don't really see these fundamental events, these fundamental news candles being tapped, like especially like a random news candle. Like for example, like NFP, CPI, it does happen, but like a candle like this, it made absolutely zero fucking sense. Okay, no sense for it to tap that and go higher. So what I'm thinking is that, okay, I'm going to take a trade after I see some good absorption, which I did. I saw literally around here, stop loss below the low, all right, because we really shouldn't dip lower, and then we're targeting previously high. Really simple trade. This was going to be a banger trade. And obviously we'll manage risk, right, as we keep doing it. Failed, okay? Now, as we keep dumping, right, I'm seeing heavy absorption. As whole leg, we're seeing crazy candles, crazy limit orders, buying. All right, until we get to 4,000, which we see like maybe 60 absorption, but this whole leg, there's gonna be like 400 contracts of people trying to buy. Okay, now this can happen. It's called a delayed absorption. Basically, of where you have a really heavily trending day, and I can tell you an example of it happening like over, not here. I can't find it, but like basically it's a little bit, well, yeah, maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, like over like here, basically, right? Like basically, actually I'll keep going back. Maybe I can keep going a little bit more back. Okay, yeah, over here. Okay, basically what happens is that you have institutions that keep buying limit orders as price keeps going lower and lower, because they keep getting better and better fills, but they can't actually move the market up because the current selling pressure or the aggressiveness in the market, the current market orders are outweighing that. But it's kind of like a weird algorithmic interaction, because they can buy at optimal levels, and then at some point it'll come up to where they're in profit. So obviously, like the institutions who kept buying like this, and buying hundreds of thousands, like let's say 1,000 contracts, 2,000 contracts, like in this whole range, well then you can see after the first entry, well, and they make money off that, right? And obviously it gets diluted. But what I'm trying to say is that I never take absorption plays when it's heavily trending in a certain direction and I'm trying to catch a falling knife, because even then it doesn't work. You need to be in a range, okay? In a range, or some type of, have a very, very defined level, very, very clearly defined level, and obviously we had that over here. But we got stopped out on that, and I was out for the day. I couldn't take any other trades, and then you see we make a low of day right here, which made no sense, and we end up rallying for the whole day. Now, one thing is, as well, is that made no sense, is you can see right here we have a huge imbalance right here, a huge fucking vector based imbalance, like visual imbalance, right? Fair value gap, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that should not be there. Okay, that's a huge sign that price is going to be reclaimed, especially now with this coming over here, like this imbalance as well. Like, I am still very bearish. Okay, I want to see us at least make another low still, but obviously we'll see how that, like, we'll figure it out, right, based off whatever, like when we see coming into next week, like we'll do the analysis. But what I'm saying though is like, bro, no one would think to take this type of trade. Like, nobody would think to take this type of trade, bro. Like 20R, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't happen, you know? So that's why it wasn't in my mind, like in my mind of being like, oh, like this is something that should happen, that we should take this trade. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, we had the right bias. We were so right, but we ended up getting stopped out and hitting our DLL. And there's literally nothing we could do about that. And it's just like so frustrating. But yeah, coming into next week, again, I really don't see 30 minutes right here. I'm gonna delete this actually permanently now. I really don't see, I mean, maybe 41.25, maybe we react off somewhere here. You can see that area, that wick up there. I don't know. I really don't think, like, if we invalidate this, we're probably just gonna keep pumping up here, and then, which in that case, maybe we look for retraces to go long. The issue is that, like, if you saw the news, right, Trump is saying that, listen, we're bombing Iran, there's still some tensions going on with Iran, and, you know, obviously that just leads to more context of less of an agreement being made. And as we know, inflation's already kind of out of control right now, and Fed Walsh implying, you know, Warsh implying that we're gonna hike rates. And, you know, I showed you the data, right? Like, we have like 4% inflation right now. So gold is not really something that institutions want to buy right now, and that's why we're having this bearishness. But obviously, once demand exceeds supply, because gold is a fundamentally bullish asset, right, and that takes into account, like, we're gonna keep going higher. So obviously, like, we're in this range. So I mean, does it make sense to kind of have some bullishness? Maybe, but fundamentals still point that, like, I don't know, maybe somewhere here we're gonna see a reaction, all right, then to go higher, which is kind of what I want to see. But till then, it's like a fucking, like a 7% drop, yeah, which can easily happen in a couple days. Like, you know, we can easily hit that. So I just don't like this imbalance. I don't like this imbalance. I maybe want to take a final trade from up here like this. We'll see. And then hopefully we can catch that down intraday to where we whatchamacallit, you know, we fill these, maybe we then make some type of range, and then we can just scalp whatever. We'll see what happens. All right. But yeah, I just, based off what we have right now, I really don't see any trades to take. It's just really awkward right now. But this just pissed me off, because, mind you, if I said okay, we're gonna hit 4,000, I would have literally been like, okay, yeah, like, we're gonna put a limit order at 4,000 or some shit, and then we would have caught that trade, you know. So it is what it is. But yeah, drop any questions down below. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, hopefully next week is gonna be a banger week, because I'm like so mad, bro. We could have made like 30-40k this week. So stupid. And yeah, hope that made sense. Appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all later. Take care.